Welcome to a reading of The Way of Everyday Mindfulness, written by Pete Casaboon. The Call to Be Here. The Invitation of the Present. To begin any journey of mindfulness, we must first pause and hear the invitation that life is always offering. Be here. This simple call is easy to overlook, drowned out by the rushing pace of the world, the weight of our regrets, and the allure of our plans. Yet Thích Nhất Hạnh, affectionately called Thay by his students, reminded us again and again that this invitation is the heart of practice. He taught that the energy of mindfulness is the energy of being present. When body and mind unite through something as simple as breathing or walking, we step out of the prisons of past and future and return to our true home. Our true home is the present moment, he wrote, explaining that only here do we discover the miracles of life, the blue sky, the song of a bird, the warmth of tea in our hands, or the simple nearness of a loved one. This is not merely a poetic idea, it is a radical reorientation of how we live. In Peace is Every Step, they explain that freedom is the basic condition for touching life, and that freedom is not something bestowed upon us by politics or circumstance. It is born in the moment when we awaken to now. Why we run from the present. If the present moment is so rich and healing, why do we resist it? They observed that most people spend their lives caught in regret about the past or anxiety about the future. We relive old wounds, repeating the story of how someone hurt us or how we failed ourselves. Or we chase after dreams, believing happiness will come only when certain conditions fall into place. This endless running makes us strangers to the moment in which life actually happens. He described it plainly. Many people are lost in worries about the future and regrets about the past. They are caught up in their projects and fantasies, and their minds are not connected to their bodies. In this running, even our sleep is not rest. We dream of problems, chase after solutions, and wake exhausted. This tendency is not unique to modern life. The Buddha himself saw the same restless movement of mind. Over 2,500 years ago, he taught, "The past is gone, the future is not yet here. There is only one moment in which life is available, and that is the present moment." They echoed this timeless insight, warning that when we lose the present, we lose our place in life itself. The consequences are profound. Families sit together at meals, yet each person stares into a device or drifts into thought. Lovers walk hand in hand, yet remain far apart, absorbed in personal worries. Parents cradle their children, but think only of work. We are everywhere, except where we are. In this state of dispersion, we do not truly live. The miracle of returning. To come back to the present is the essence of mindfulness. It is not about striving for some distant enlightenment. It is about stepping back into what has always been waiting for us. They called this the miracle of mindfulness, that awareness can transform even the simplest action into sacred encounter. He often used vivid examples. Washing dishes becomes an act of presence when we feel the warmth of the water and breathe calmly with each motion. Eating an orange becomes communion with the whole cosmos when we notice the sunlight, rain, and soil that gave it life. Walking across a courtyard becomes a prayer when we place each foot gently on the earth, as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. This miracle arises because mindfulness restores wholeness to our dispersed mind. Mindfulness is the miracle that can restore wholeness to our dispersed mind, calling it back so we can live fully each moment of life. He wrote in The Miracle of Mindfulness, "When we breathe with awareness, mind returns to body, and suddenly we are alive again." He even described this as a kind of resurrection, freedom in the now. One of Thay's most radical teachings is that freedom is available now. We do not need to wait for wealth, power, or perfect circumstances. The moment we choose to be present, we free ourselves from the chains of regret and fear. He explained that mindfulness is our first real chance at freedom. The Chinese character for mindfulness, Niam, combines now and heart, literally meaning the act of experiencing the present moment with your heart. This is not intellectual analysis. It is a heartfelt participation in life as it is. In the miracle of mindfulness, he reminded us, life is available only in the present moment. If you are distracted, if your mind is not there with your body, then you miss your appointment with life. The urgency in those words cannot be missed. Every day, every hour, every breath is an invitation to freedom, yet most of us defer it endlessly. We wait for retirement, for the children to grow up, for the right partner, for the right job. In doing so, we postpone being alive at all. They flip this logic. The practice is not a means to an end. The practice itself is the destination. The practice itself is the very joy and peace we are seeking. The practice is the destination, he said, to sit quietly and breathe, to smile to ourselves, to walk mindfully. This is not preparation for living, it is living. The present as vast and eternal. Another layer of this teaching is that the present is not merely a fleeting instant, it contains all of time. They explained, the present moment contains every moment. Here we can touch our ancestors, our children, and their children, even if they haven't been born yet. This insight, which resonates with both Buddhist thought and modern physics, reveals that past and future are not separate realities, but dimensions folded into the now. Our ancestors live in our blood, our gestures, our habits. Our descendants are present in the seeds of our actions. By being present, we hold all of time within us. This transforms how we think of responsibility. To be mindful in this moment is to honor those who came before us and to shape the conditions for those who will come after. In this way, mindfulness becomes both personal healing and collective responsibility. Why we resist the now. Despite its beauty, many resist the present because it often contains discomfort. When we stop running, we are forced to feel grief, anger, loneliness, or fear. They acknowledge this honestly. The energy of mindfulness helps give us the stability we need to recognize and embrace our difficult emotions and not let ourselves be overwhelmed by them. This is why the present sometimes feels threatening. We sense that if we slow down, our suffering will rise. But he taught that running from suffering only deepens it. To stop and breathe allows us to cradle pain as a mother holds her child. Only in this embrace does healing begin. Others resist because of craving. When we long strongly for something not here, we abandon the treasures at hand. When we long for something very strongly, when we crave something very strongly, we lose the present moment. We lose ourselves and all the wonders of life available in the present moment, he warned. Mindfulness breaks these patterns by offering a new relationship to suffering and desire. Instead of fleeing or feeding them, we simply notice, breathe, and remain present. Over time, craving loosens and suffering transforms. Choosing presence. Ultimately, the call to be here is a choice. They described it as training. Aware that life is available only in the present moment, we are committed to training ourselves to live deeply each moment of daily life. This choice is not dramatic. It is small and steady. Each time we put down our phone to notice the sky, each time we take one conscious breath, each time we return to our body, we are answering the call. Over time, these moments accumulate into a life lived awake. The rewards are profound. As he reminded us, we can live happily in the present moment simply by remembering that we already have more than enough conditions to be happy. The present moment is not barren, it is overflowing. By opening our eyes, ears, and hearts, we find that the miracle we were searching for has always been here. Living the call. The first step on this journey, then, is not mastering a complex meditation technique or retreating into silence. It is hearing the call and answering it with one breath, one step, one smile. It is remembering, as they said, that the day you've been waiting for is today. The moment that you've been waiting for is this very moment. This call is timeless, yet it becomes urgent when we realize how easily a lifetime slips away in running. The practice of mindfulness is not just about stress relief or self-care. It is about reclaiming our one wild and precious life before it passes unnoticed. To walk mindfully is to come home. To breathe mindfully is to return to ourselves. To dwell in the present moment is to live freely, lovingly, and awake. The call to be here is always sounding. The only question is whether we will pause, listen, and respond.